Ooh, ah. Hey, oh, I didn't realize we were live. Thanks for that weather report, Karen. That was an awesome job. I really appreciate it. And on to today's highlight. Hold on, y'all. I'm receiving an urgent transmission. It seems if it can't be. SorAuron Gaming is coming out with a new video right now. Stay tuned. Oh! SorAuron Gaming. I'm back. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I really appreciate y'all coming to check out my video today. I've missed y'all very much. The biggest excuse I can give is that, I've been spending some valuable time with my family, which is super awesome. Because of this whole COVID thing, I've been able to spend more time with my family than I've ever been able to spend, which is great. We actually just got back off of a vacation too, which was absolutely wonderful. I got a promotion at work. Yeah, which is super cool. I'm enjoying my new position where I'm at, and meeting lots of cool new people and getting in the groove of things. Another thing is, 2020 hadn't been the best for everybody, and I just kind of want to throw this out there. If you ever need to talk about anything, if you ever need to talk about video games, y'all can find me on Twitter with the SorAuron Gaming tag as well, or YouTube. Or MySpace. No, not really. I don't have MySpace anymore. That shows how old I am. Anyway, it's 2020. You know what that means? It's October. You know what that means? It's almost been 1 year since we made our first video, and I'm super excited about that. So I got some special things coming up for the 2020 anniversary show. More on that later. So let's begin, and let's actually talk about some Alundra. In this awesome game, you play as the titular character Alundra, and the title of the game Alundra, character Alundra, the titular character. I'm trying to use that word more often. A podcast I listen to, NGP podcast, uses that word a lot. So hey, let's increase our vocabulary. Alundra is a 1997 PlayStation 1 game developed by Maxim Games, I believe, and published in the United States by Working Designs. Working Designs is a company that have published many other awesome games here in the US, a lot for the Sega CD, some for the PlayStation, and others as well. Some other popular titles of theirs are the Lunar series. Super awesome games, getting to be pretty pricey games. Some of the developers of the game or programmers were programmers for the Sega Genesis game called Landstalker. That's actually one Sega Genesis game somehow I don't own yet, but eventually I do plan on picking that one up, especially if it's anything like Alundra, which is super awesome. But it wasn't always awesome. There were times that I hated it and times that I loved it, and let's talk about it. You begin your story in Alundra as Alundra, so you are the titular character of the game, and you're on a ship. And while on the ship, you walk around and you talk to different characters on the ship, and then they tell you to go to bed, and you have this terrible dream about these terrible things, and of course you know what happens next. Bam! You have a shipwreck, and you wash up on the land of Anoa, which is where you're going anyway. So I guess you got there. Other than, a lot of the people are dead, which is terrible. Darkness ensues, and that is one of the biggest themes of this game, which was it's not my cup of tea most of the time, but it was full of darkness and death and darkness and more death and more darkness. And just when you think there's been enough death, more death! But there were things that, attracted me to this game. It has a top-down view, very much like another game I'm not going to talk about, but you know, when you see the gameplay here, you'll understand. You walk, run, jump, hack, slash, you get some magic scrolls. You find life vessels, which are diamonds instead of hearts, like another game. Like I just said, I wouldn't mention Zelda. And coins and hidden gilded falcons. The gilded falcons are used later on in the game as like a special form of currency for buying things. It features different unlockables throughout the game, which allow you to different areas of the game. There's several bosses that I found. All the bosses were fairly simple, but the puzzles not so much. Kind of like the darkness I was talking about, the puzzles were another thing I wasn't the biggest fan of, and the reason being I had to use a walkthrough. And if you know me, and I think I've mentioned in the past, I don't like using walkthroughs. I'd rather be able to just sit down, play the game, beat it. You know, even if I don't get 100% completion, I'm okay with that, because I got to enjoy the game the way it was meant to be played. When I have to pull up a walkthrough every 5 minutes to figure out a different puzzle, it made me feel like not the smartest, and that kind of hurt my feelings. The puzzles are very asinine. Like, you may do a puzzle here, do a part of the puzzle, miss the last piece of the puzzle. Oh, you gotta walk out the room, walk back in the room, start the whole puzzle over. I almost quit playing this game several times because of that. And then, like I said, just not as much fun when you have to pull up a walkthrough. It was pretty infuriating. Another thing too, like, you know, as I mentioned, the puzzles were infuriating. When you're going through some of the dungeons, you could possibly fall in a hole and fall back down to the first level and then just have to go back through everything again, which was, man, it really made me want to yeet this game out the window. Well, what did I like, you ask? And why did I say this is a great game at the start of it? Well, it all came together very well. This is one of those few games that I didn't really appreciate it until I beat it. I almost didn't beat it because I almost gave up on it several times along the way. The music is awesome. The ending is awesome. Gameplay itself, with the exception of some of the, like I said, the asinine puzzles, you may miss a jump or something like that, which is super aggravating. It pulls it all together. The music itself, like I said, you can actually feel the sadness in the music. And I'm going to play some of the stuff here for you while we're going through this. But you can feel the sadness, you can feel the adventure, and you can also even feel like you're shopping in an apartment store. Yeah. So, for whatever reason, this track in the game, which is the Inoa Town theme, like when you're walking around, just reminds me that I'm in like JCPenney's trying to pick out some work pants or something. I don't know. I don't get that one. But other than that, the music's great. And also, since I've beat the game, I found myself going to YouTube a lot and playing the soundtrack to the game and just listening to it and chilling. So, very good music. Like I said, the gameplay, the total package. The ending, like I said, I mentioned the ending made it kind of bring it together as well. The ending was actually like an animated style ending, and it had some, story elements to it, and it was very good graphically, very pretty anime style, and I super enjoyed that. I don't want to go over a lot about the story itself, like you need to play through it yourself. I don't like giving out spoilers on my game reviews. And another thing, besides really loving this game, there is a sequel. One thing I didn't care for, though, I hadn't played the sequel, but it's a totally different character in a different place and kind of unrelated. Like, to me, it's kind of like a cash grab because they were just using the Alundra name. From what I hear, it's not nearly as good because the style of the game is different. I still wouldn't mind picking it up if I can ever find it for cheap, just because I did enjoy the first one so much. And that's kind of it. That's it for Alundra. Play it. My advice is don't give up. you will appreciate it much more when you finish it, and it will take you a while to finish it. I don't know what the standard hours are on beating this game, but because of the puzzles and me leaving and coming back, it was 40-50 hours for me, which I don't have that much time to spend a game, and that's another reason why I haven't had a video in so long, is because I've been playing this title so much. Glad to have played Alundra. I hope y'all enjoyed as much. And like I mentioned earlier though, y'all, Halloween is coming up. It's SorAuron Gaming's 1-year anniversary, so I have a super special treat for y'all. I have recently obtained 3 super spooky Halloween games for Sega. All 3 are actually different systems of Sega, but I have a way to connect them all to my Mega SG, which will output some prettier graphics. And I hadn't decided if I'm just going to do one video or one weekly video leading up to Halloween, but I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. 2 of the games I actually got from a new place in Macon, Georgia, called Retro Raven Games. If you're from Georgia and you are ever in the area, check them out. They have great prices, great deals, an awesome website. They seem like really cool people, and I've gotten some legit stuff from them so far. Just a couple of them are these Sega games. I've gotten some other stuff too. One of the games I recently obtained come all the way from Scotland. Yeah, Scotland in the UK. And one thing I've noticed about Twitter, YouTube, and all the other social media, you know, the UK in general has some legit awesome retro gamers. A good following of mine on Twitter are retro gamers from the UK, and that is super awesome. I love that community, and nothing against the US community. I love the US's retro gaming community as well. I live in a super rural area, so there's honestly not a whole lot around me. So when I get online, I just the UK keeps popping up, and other countries in Europe and all over the world. So thank y'all, and thank y'all for being super cool, and thank y'all for following me on Twitter. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh! One more thing I forgot to mention. The game, the super secret game that I got from Scotland, you've probably never heard of it. It is a top secret Castlevania game. Maybe. You'll just have to tune in next time to find out. Thank you for joining. Thank you for following. And thank you for subscribing. Bye! Karen, you can't keep a good fox down, can you? Yeah. Good job with that weather reporting. And on to today's highlights. Hi everybody. Today's news consists of weather and sports. Oh my gosh. This might be an outtake. Action.